Nestled between two giant nations, Russia to the north and China to the south, lies one of the most isolated countries on Earth, Mongolia. Known for its vast, uninhabited landscapes and rich history, Mongolia remains a hidden gem to many. But what makes this country so unique? And why has it remained so isolated for centuries? Join us as we uncover the hidden wonders of Mongolia, a hidden, isolated nation. To understand Mongolia, we first need to talk about its geography. This vast country spans over 1.5 million square kilometers, making it one of the largest landlocked countries in the world. Despite its size, it is one of the least densely populated countries, with a population of just over 3 million people. That's less than many major cities around the world. Imagine a place where you can drive for hours without seeing another soul. Mongolia is made up of rolling steppes, rugged mountains, and the arid Gobi Desert. The land is incredibly remote, and its isolation has helped preserve a way of life that's nearly unchanged for centuries. Surrounded by two of the world's largest and most powerful nations, Mongolia's geography and political history have kept it hidden from the modern world for a long time. It's a land where ancient traditions continue to thrive, away from the hustle and bustle of urban centers and modern technologies. Let's take a step back in time. Mongolia is the birthplace of one of the greatest empires the world has ever known, the Mongol Empire. Founded by the legendary Genghis Khan in the 13th century, this empire stretched across Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, reaching as far as the gates of Vienna. But even with this immense power, Mongolia's core remained true to its roots, nomadic, untamed, and isolated. To this day, many Mongolians still live as nomadic herders. This way of life, built on a deep connection to nature, is at the heart of Mongolian culture. Nomads move across the land with their herds of cattle, horses, camels, and sheep. The iconic ger or yurt, a portable tent-like structure, is where many of them call home. The bond between the people and the land is strong. Nomadism isn't just a way of life, it's a philosophy, a mindset passed down through generations. In fact, around 30% of Mongolia's population still lives as nomads today, preserving this centuries-old tradition amidst the growing changes of the modern world. Mongolia's isolation has created a unique set of challenges. While cities like the capital, Ulaanbaatar, have become more modernized, much of the country remains cut off from global influences. The lack of infrastructure and the vast distances between towns make travel across the country difficult. Ulaanbaatar, the largest city and the political and economic hub of Mongolia, is home to nearly half of the country's population. But outside of this bustling city, the landscape changes dramatically. In many rural areas, there are few roads, limited access to healthcare, and scarce resources. This physical and economic isolation makes it hard for people in remote areas to access the basic services they need. Yet, despite these hardships, many Mongolians have embraced their isolated way of life. For them, isolation isn't a disadvantage, it's a way to preserve their traditions, their culture, and their values. Mongolia is also a place of deep spirituality. Although Buddhism is the predominant religion, the country is rich in shamanistic traditions that have been practiced for thousands of years. These traditions blend reverence for nature, ancestor worship, and a belief in the spiritual forces of the land. Shamanism, which was the dominant belief system before Buddhism, is still practiced by many Mongolians, especially in rural areas. Shamans perform rituals to communicate with the spirits of nature, seeking blessings for good health, protection, and prosperity. This connection to the spiritual world is central to the Mongolian way of life, deeply intertwined with the land and its people. Despite its isolation, Mongolia is undergoing a transformation. Ulaanbaatar is rapidly modernizing, with new infrastructure, skyscrapers, and an expanding middle class. The younger generation, especially, is embracing global trends, seeking education, technology, and careers in business or government. However, with modernization comes a new set of challenges. As more Mongolians flock to the capital in search of better opportunities, the rural communities face the threat of cultural erosion. The nomadic lifestyle, which has been central to Mongolia's identity for centuries, is slowly fading as urbanization continues to grow. Mongolia finds itself at a crossroads, caught between its ancient traditions and the pressures of the modern world. The future of this isolated nation will depend on how it balances its rich cultural heritage with the forces of change. Mongolia may be isolated, but in its isolation, it has preserved something truly unique, a way of life that is deeply connected to the land, the history, and the spirit of its people. As the world continues to change, Mongolia remains a land of vast horizons, where tradition meets modernity, and the echoes of the past still resonate in the hearts of its people. Thank you for joining us on this journey to one of the world's most hidden and isolated nations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories from around the globe.